All right, right on. Well, I've just shared this out here. Come talk B card with Novax and Shocked NFTs. We're getting to know each other before exchanging B cards. Cool. Okay, so I'm sending this out and inviting people in. Welcome, Shocked. What is up? How are you?
I am great. I am happy it's Friday. I am happy it's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, I totally forgot that it was a long weekend, or I guess I just didn't even know. So there we go. Got the headset in now. So I'm excited about that myself. Actually, we're on maternity leave right now, so it's just not going to really change our speed of life very much anyway. But it's it's cool. My wife and kids are going off to Hawaii. I have trouble traveling right now with my back. Has kind of just got to a point. My disability has reached a point where I just kind of grounded from traveling, which is a bummer. But so I'm gonna
Oh,
sit this one out. But I'm gonna be working extra hard, for the next couple of weeks because I'm gonna be trying to, stay busy so I don't feel sad and lonely with my fam out enjoying the island while I live by the beach. So how sad can I be? But
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's. I mean, I'm sure you'd much rather be with the family, but at least you got the beach to compensate for it.
exactly. I mean, I would love to go to Kauai. I haven't been since I was in high school, and so my wife had just found my parents moved out there last year. My wife found this deal for like $100 flights out there a couple months back while we were still expecting, and she was like, "Oh, it'll be like a month after the baby's born." Like, well, we'll probably be good. The deal's too good. We can't let it go. So she just grabbed him up, and yeah, it's already the date came so fast, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to miss this one. But tell me a little bit about you and what you do. Like, if you, I don't know how much in this context, like we're talking B card, so setting the stage for anyone who comes in here and hangs with us. What up, 3869? Yeah, so we're talking B card, and we're talking about like this idea of meaningful connections, meaningful interactions. If you want to exchange a B card, it should like if you do enough of them that are not meaningful, you just have a bunch of meaningless, clutter in your wallet, and so that's not really helpful. But if you take a minute to get to know one another and exchange, um, something meaningful, just a conversation and a little bit of a snapshot of where you are, what you're doing, and all that kind of stuff. I think it does help to connect, a little bit more personality, and hopefully we remember each other a little better this way. And then also we can, more make better use of the whole point of this, right? So that we can network together. We can really get to know each other and help each other find the best opportunities for one another and the things that we're well suited to. So I'm excited about doing that with you.
Yeah, so as a commercial printer by trade, I've been doing commercial printing in various fields for almost, going on 20 years now. And if there's one thing I've printed tens of thousands of, it's business cards in real life because, businesses, individuals, that's just a tool that they use to network in real life with other people. You have this 2.5 by 3 inch card that can hold as little or as much information as you want. And, that's how businesses and people, trade that info in real life. So to see 008, start the B card project, it really resonated with me, and I think as mass adoption starts to like occur over the next few years, this project is probably going to be one of the most innovative things, not just on an ENS, but on the blockchain period, because there's really nothing else like it. So I think this is just awesome. I think also that the 2.0 release will help a lot of people be able to start networking more and making more connections because, prior I wasn't able to get a B card. I didn't have I wasn't part of the Digits Club, but now with this new one, as long as you have 3B cards, you can go mint one off the contract and then start networking with other people. So I think that's going to open a lot of doors to make, new connections you wouldn't have been otherwise able to make without having a digit.
Yeah, actually, that's really interesting. That's perfect segue to say hello to 3869. Thank you so much for hanging with us too. That's exactly the type of thing like you guys, the early adopters of B card, the early digit fam, the 999 club and the early 10K club are going to be, um, a sort of a selection bias there for people who are a little bit in the know, actively working in the space, that kind of thing. And so it's cool now that we, as the first kind of onboarding on the B card 2 aspect of things, we get this like benefit of having this really close access to these OGs who are really, innovative, creative people before this social layer blows up so big that we can't really interact with you guys. So thank you for being here, 3869. It's cool to have you. And yeah, so we would want to kind of join the conversation and just kind of maybe we can all swap B cards at the end of this, if we haven't. But the idea was to do that live, on this space here and just to show people just how easy it is.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I know you guys are the two new members, one of the two new members. I wanted to say hi.
Hi, 3869. I think we talked last night, and I appreciate all the info that you sent my way. I can't wait to really get into it this weekend.
Yeah, and I also wanted to talk about it too. Might be better than reading to hear from one of the most active people in the community, I think.
No, absolutely. Would love
Yeah,
to.
yeah. So I think I talked briefly about the on cyber stuff. We're actually in there right now. If you want to meet, 008's in here, 5459's in here, 9184 is in here, 3262 is in here. We're actually hanging out right now in the metaverse. If you guys want to join us.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm really looking forward to on cyber mobile being a little bit more friendly for me. But I was just telling Shocked, like part of my circumstance in life is just that I have this back disability. So I really am. I'm at the point now where like my elbows are actually really sore and bruised in the last couple of weeks from just like having to lay on my tummy, on my belly in the prone position while I work. So I do work on mobile that way. And then I stand at my stand desk, which I have like the electric stand desk that goes up and down. And I can kind of do like like limited sprints there before, I start kind of fatiguing out. So I get like 20, 30 minutes at a time there. So I've just tried to adjust my life and the ways that I can be productive and use my skills and experience and knowledge most optimally given some of the limitations that I have. So that's kind of put me in a lot of spaces for, conversations, a lot of things that I can do, just mobile centric. So to that end, I'm super stoked on, any of that, like the on cyber stuff going more mobile. Cause I also have a dope historical collection that I really want to build out, have some help building out on cyber too, but I'll go downstairs right now and jump on there just so I can run around on desktop with you guys. And
Yeah, I'll hop
that
on
sounds
for a
great.
second too. I'm actually doing like 5 things at once, so I'll hop on for a sec before I gotta go on to my next errand. But I figure I can take you guys with me everywhere I gotta go tonight.
Yeah, and this should be kind of informal. I'm checking on my yard. We had some landscaping work done. It looks really, really good. So I'm just kind of giving it the green light right now before I jump on. What's the best way, 3869, to access you guys in the on cyber? Like, what's the link to follow?
Yeah, I actually just sent you the link. This room that we've created and we love hanging out in. This is our favorite room. We optimized it for mobile, so it's actually mobile friendly. And on cyber also has voice chat now. So we abandoned my Twitter spaces. We just hang out in the metaverse now.
Oh man.
Oh
Okay,
man.
so and you said you sent the link. Is it
By DM, I sent it to both of you.
okay, awesome. Hey, so is this something anyone can join or
Yeah, it's not token gated. Anyone can join because now anyone can become a BCAR member. We also have a room inside that metaverse room with instructions and frequently asked questions.
okay.
Lex has entered the convo. What is up? Tech Mental is in here, and he's going to be. This is right up his alley, obviously. So that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. So let me get. Did you DM the link over?
Yep.
Cool, man. So 38. Why don't you tell us, while I'm getting over here and pulling up the on cyber, can you tell us like a little bit more about how this started and how the space built? It's like portals to everyone's on cyber. So all B card members kind of can have the option to just build their own little on cyber wing, and then it's all linked together. essentially, right?
Yep. So first, I'll just tell you how I got into B card. I'm B card number 120, so that means I'm the 120th person to join the network. How I joined was I received a random DM one day. He's the top ranking member. If you guys know him, it's 4050 King Tyler. He's the top ranking person in B card. That just means he has received B cards from the most people out of anyone in B card, most unique B cards. The on cyber thing was pretty new. When I first joined B card, we only had two rooms. There was two public rooms. It was the B card gallery and the B card lounge. And then once on cyber introduced the portals, we were able to connect to the metaverse with the B card station. We now have 60 to 70 rooms connected to one common area. Well, not one common area, common areas of different B card members. And as a B card member, you guys can create a on cyberspace, get it connected to the station, as well as participate in some community rooms we have. We have a community art shop. There's like 10 B card artists that have displayed pieces to sell. And we also have a community gallery where each member can select one piece of their choosing. It doesn't have to be something they're selling, just one that they really like and want to show other members that they have.
That is epic. Am I going to have any trouble? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Could somebody send me the link to the on cyber room?
Yeah, I'll do that right now. I've got it on the report as well.
DM'd you.
I'm like, put me in.
It's GM Coffee. So it's just oncyber.io/GM Coffee.
It's from Equal Station if you want to enter. I thought I DM'd you the link. I actually DM'd the wrong person. I just sent you the right link.
The wrong shocked.
Yep. No, I mean.
The other shocked is probably shocked right now.
Someone with n0vax.eth PFP.
All right.
It's the same color as like
Oh, okay. Here we go.
This machine that I'm on right here, I don't have my my primary, so I'm kind of as a guest over here. In other words, but I shouldn't be gated by even a B card, right? This is like general public, or do I need to actually access via my B carded wallet?
It's GM Coffee, but then there's a specific world you have to enter. It's GM Coffee. Use the link that I sent you. It's a question mark from Equal Station. That's the world.
Okay, cool. So I'm in here just walking around. I see the GM, the big backdrop with the GM and the coffee cup.
Do you see everyone else in here? There's 8 people in here.
Should I have, okay, so when I loaded that link, should I have clicked enter world or back portal?
Multiplayer.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I think I sent you the wrong link. Here, try this one.
Okay.
I'll let them know that you guys are coming. I have some guests.
n0vax, can you like send me a link when you get a chance?
Lex, I'll send you one.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So here's my little Maxi 8.
Oh, you don't follow me, Lex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see 008.
Who was that?
38.
Shocky.
Yeah, I see 3869. Okay, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's like 9 people in here now.
All right, Tech Mental, I just sent you that link.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I may need to mute my laptop so I don't get feedback. Let's see. This is so just amazing, really. And, you know, when you hear people say we're early, like if this is early, like I can't imagine what, you know, 5 years from now is going to look like, honestly.
Yeah, and if you think about it, we have B cards in the hundreds. And since this is now a true Web3 project that anyone can join with a Web3 wallet, they don't have to own any ENS. So if we grow big enough, it could be huge. Because it's free. Anyone can become a B card member now.
So I have a question, and I don't know, and maybe this is a question I should ask in the room, the GM coffee room. So like, for example, I had been sending out some B cards this morning, and it shows the count. I think I have like 44 left or something. So after I send out all 50 of my B cards, is that it, or am I able
Nope.
to regenerate more?
Yep. So as a new member, you start with 50, but you can mint additional cards, 2 cards for each one that you have received. So by becoming a member, you can already mint 6 additional cards if you just from the 3 that you initially received. Any more than that, you can mint those cards at a later date on the Polygon scan contract. We have instructions for that posted on the Twitter, as well as in this room right here in the metaverse.
So help me, guys. I'm having a little trouble getting in here. Just assume that I'm from a random wallet. I'm not n0vax right now, and I see that there are 8 people online. Enter in multiplayer, and it seems to be formatting for me slightly differently. There we go.
We see you, Koa James.
Yes, sir. I just arrived, and I've also got audio from the homies here. How will I know if you guys can hear me? All right, here we go. I'm going to press enter to chat. Is it press and hold enter to chat?
Are you a mobile or a computer?
I'm on a PC.
PC. Are you trying to connect to voice chat?
Yeah.
Click escape, and then on the bottom there's a menu you can request to speak. You have to be approved by 008 to speak.
Okay, it's let me see. Escape and then request an admin for voice. It's almost like grayed out or something.
Yeah, it has to be approved.
Shock, could you speak on cyber, on this environment, and why this was chose to use this for it?
I don't know. I already logged off and I didn't try to speak.
Yeah, I'm connected on my phone, so I can't listen to them either.
Yeah,
they're talking though.
When I fired up my laptop, I could actually hear them. I could hear them in the room speaking. But
so can you
do what?
Yeah. No, I was just wondering this environment on cyber. Could you guys give a little background on it? And as to why the B cards live in this environment and why that was good for it.
Yep. Of course. On cyber, it's also a platform where you can create the space for free and publish it with a custom URL. So we chose this because no one has to buy anything. You can have this gallery set up in a couple minutes, and it's free.
And you can also this one. Okay, cool. And you can also come in with VR, right?
Yep. We haven't tested. I mean, I personally have not tested it, but it is possible to use VR mode.
And let me tell you, it's running really smooth. I mean, I'm just like, again, I'm not on chain. I'm just like a viewer who knows what my what my avatar is or whatever. But it's really smooth on a smaller just desktop that I have right now for testing stuff out. I mean, like no lag whatsoever, which I find really crazy.
Yep. This room was optimized for mobile specifically because our other rooms you're gonna crash immediately on a different computer or even mobile for more graphic intense rooms. But this one was optimized for mobile devices.
So
interesting.
For the mobile use, is there like a preferred browser or app that would be best to use when getting on the rooms?
Browser. I'm just using default browser on my iPhone, Safari. Uh, Another thing is if you're connecting with mobile, it might be better to use voice because the voice chat works flawlessly on mobile, but chat you need to be connected to a wallet. Otherwise, you're limited to one message. Even if you're on a PC, if you're not connected to a wallet, you're limited to like one message per, and then it'll be a cooldown for the message.
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Really interesting.
if mobile is your probably your primary device, maybe you want to create like a new like hot wallet, a mobile hot wallet, just so you can chat more than one message per every 30 seconds or whatever it is.
Right. Yeah. I typically when I'm being in full degen mode, I'm like I have my iPad, my iPhone, and my laptop going. So um, I just didn't know if that, and I tend to, my laptop is Windows, but I tend to veer more towards iOS on mobile devices. So I didn't know if there was a browser that worked better, with the platform. So, but
Has
I know
anyone tested Brave on this?
Brave
that's what,
browser. I use Chrome on phone. Let me try Brave. I have DuckDuckGo too.
Yeah, Brave is pretty. I mean, when it comes to like just on-chain stuff, Brave is pretty tight. I've used it for years. But I haven't. I'm not on Brave now. For this.
yeah, I have Brave also, and it's my main browser for on-chain stuff, and then just regular surfing I use Firefox for things that are non-blockchain related or non-web3.
Cool. Yeah, and it's totally like iOS and Windows and Android works pretty well across the board. So yeah, thanks for this. I'm definitely n0vax was. I mean, I remember I don't know, a couple of months ago in one of the I'm not sure if it was happy hour or what it was when we first started talking about B cards, and kind of projects come and go, and you tend to have a little bit of spare time to see what's happening across the fence. But n0vax talked about it yesterday within the Web3 jobs tonic, and yeah, I'm glad I'm reading a little bit. And so this is Polygon.
Yep, Polygon. So to mint a B card, you need to receive 3 B cards. It requires Matic to mint, but we can provide a small amount, enough to mint, and also transact probably up to 100 transactions with just 0.5 Matic. It's very cost efficient.
And Matic is what, about 90 cents right now?
Yeah, it's not about the price for the Matic. It's just that to get it on Polygon Layer 2, it's like you have to bridge the Matic. Just not that many people have the Matic
Right.
readily
Yeah.
available.
I was gonna
All
say
right, guys,
I
I'm going
think
to chime in again.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry if it's okay. Just go ahead and finish up.
No, you're I was just saying I purchased a few dollars of Matic last night, so if anybody needs a little bit to make some B card transactions, feel free to DM me.
Right on. That's really nice of you. I had some Matic, so I've been still confused about this. Honestly, it's working so freaking great with B card and everything. All my B card stuff, direct to contract, all this stuff is so great. And it's so painless. I just set the gas to the highest, and it works every time. Whereas over the last year that I've been buying and attempting and unsuccessfully to sell Polygon NFTs on OpenSea, I've had just a burdensome, impossible, frustration. So basically, what I'm saying is that I put that on. I put the burden on Polygon. It gave me a bad taste for Polygon. I was like, Polygon NFTs just don't work, but it really was just broken C. And when you're dealing with
It's
Polygon directly, it's quite nice.
it's funny you saying that, n0vax, because I mean, first of all, I hear the hesitation in your voice where when something works too smooth, we're almost like scared. It's like, okay, wait a minute, like a wall's gonna fall, the fourth wall is gonna fall. And at the same time, just this week, somebody was already pitching something for Art Basel here in Miami, and they were gonna do it on Polygon, and I'm like, oh man, Polygon. And I'm like, I love it, but it's like I haven't had a good experience, and I think it's because of OpenSea as well. So I'm happy for this project, and I'm happy it's working so smoothly. I'm definitely gonna I gotta go do some groceries now and get the night going, but I definitely gonna get into this tomorrow, and then I'm definitely gonna bug you guys about this for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've sent you a B card already, but if not, I will. Part of what I wanted to do here, I guess we're a little like deviating slightly because it's so new and we're all learning it out. But I have this vision I want to share it with you guys, and it'll come to light over time just how the best way to do it and everything. But the general idea was look at this opportunity that we have here for the first time. We all remember when we had our Facebook or whatever for the first time, and we're like, oh, yeah, just go friend all those people or whatever, or your college dorm mates or whatever. Or like what Shawked was saying, that she's been printing business cards, for a decade. And the context in that a use case with is usually already there, right? It's usually like you've already established the personal connection, right? Because that's why you have the business card. You're like, oh, that guy, that person I ran into, we talked, and then now there's necessity. We want to put a footnote here. I want to be able to reach them again. Even with that, shaking the person's hand, knowing their name, hanging out with them, even with that, and how common it has been over the years to have a stack of like business cards where you just can't remember who the hell those people are or what, and you just got to throw them away after a couple months if you don't, right? If you don't harvest it, if you don't nurture the relationship immediately, it's useless, it's worthless. So I think that here there's like an analogous thing happening here, and there's an opportunity in that is to understand like where the need is and where the optimization can occur. So for me, I'm like, I want to know you. If I'm going to sit on your B card and vice versa, it's been well designed to encourage like that type of interaction, like exchanging cards is rewarded. So I think that was a really smart and clever way to do it, so you can continue growing your network. And then also, as soon as I've had a couple dozen B cards arrive in my wallet, it's starting to get to the point where there's a couple things that are going to happen here just by virtue of this interesting tech. One of them is that people are going to think about their identity differently with their B cards, because there's a lot of people, they have their digit identity and they have some other identity and they have three different identities, and their identity on Discord is different than their Twitter identity, and then they have a digit identity, and then they expect you to know who they are and find them across different platforms. It's impossible. It's never going to happen. So when I look at these digit identities, these B cards in my wallet from people, and when I'm going out and sending them, I'm finding in many cases these friends and who are deep into ENS haven't set their reverse record, haven't set their primary, haven't really updated anything really about their ENS record hardly at all. And so I just think that that's going to encourage me to have I'll just naturally say that to be like, yo, Lex, I went to send your B card to Lex.eth, but when I did that, it didn't. I wasn't sure if it was going to resolve right, so then I had to look it up, and it turned out it made it even more cumbersome than ENS is supposed to be. Right? ENS is supposed to be just, oh yeah, I'm n0vax, n0vax.eth. Just hit, I'm always that. That's my root. So what I'm saying is this will help us to clean up our identities, so that they're a little bit easier for people to follow and to interact with. And that's one part of it. But then the other part of it is that it will hopefully it will create an invitation that we can choose to accept to actually get more out of these business interactions, these social interactions, than we would have in real life settings or in another kind of instance. And what I'm saying is, this allows me to then say, Shocked, you're into printing IRL stuff.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. You have a skill, you have experience, you have knowledge. What can we print? You know what I mean? Like this, and I'm saying that kind of hypothetically, just right now. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's the context here, is that I know that Shocked is a printer now, and I want to know, 5 other things about you. I know that you're, a family person too, like me, so that you probably tolerate my kids shouting in the background on a call if we're chatting or whatever, and I feel good about that. So on and so forth, and I think that's important. Those little personal aspects, that those are the very things by which that differentiate us from the generic nature of just a digit, right?
Right. You know, I mean, just even like this space right now, you talking about your health and your back, like it resonated with me because in 2019 I broke my pelvis in 3 places. So ever since then, I've been dealing with the aftermath of that, and you know, it's hard, Audie, especially the older I get. I notice, like, you know, the degenerative portion of, you know, what's happened since then. So, you know, it's the things you learn about people, and this is off of something simple. Like, you wouldn't think a project like B Card would open up those doorways, but here now I've made a connection with somebody on the other side of the world, or the country,
Yeah, and it's a
rather.
cool thing. Thank you for that, you know, for and you know, I'm sorry that you've had that experience, and that, you know, you're probably, and you're back east too, right? So it's probably gets cold, and anytime, I've never broken any bones, but I know that that can be one of those things that just like perpetually can be, you know, a source of pain and discomfort and everything. So I'm sorry. That sounds like a really horrible thing. You must have been in a serious accident to sustain that kind of
Uh,
injury.
my dog knocked me down.
Jeez.
She
Sometimes
took
things
off
could
on
change
me.
so quick. Big dog?
Dalmatian.
Okay. They're beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Tell me something more about you, Shocked. I think that, you know, when I think of like the types of things that I'm looking to do in Web3, for me, it's about a lot of creative stuff. You know, it's about it's just artistic expression. I'm a motion graphics artist. I'm a video editor. I want to do a lot of interviews, and that's what I was saying about this B card thing in 3869. I want to go and interview everyone who I'm going to give a B card to, and I want to have this interaction with them for 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes or so, whatever it would be like, kind of naturally, and then to say, "Hey, Shocked, you know, that's what this was. I wanted to chill with Shocked and say, um, you know, thank you for being interested in, you know, getting to know each other better. And here's my B card at the end, and, you know, and receive her B card." And show people just how quick and easy it is to do with Polygon, that we can do it right live on the space, and invite people into the on cyber. And then potentially, the idea here, from my perspective, is that I would index this content, and we would have B card, you know, sessions that are indexed, and which are a persistent tokenized profile, and many of them.
Hey, give me just 1 second. I am checking out at the store. I'm so sorry.
I love that idea, n0vax. Um, and as you were talking, I was visualizing with your, you know, motion graphic skills. Um, it would be cool if you could, you know, somehow like that third window or that floating window have kind of a walkthrough once you master this, or if it already exists, kind of like a walkthrough from like flipping your, you know, flipping your, whether it's MetaMask or whatever you're using, into like the Matic side of the other network, and then getting in and kind of going through the whole thing. I think those things visually work for a lot of people. We could sit here and talk about this, but for if somebody knows, they can pull up a video and kind of see something, and then what you're talking about is like actually interviewing people as well, and just having like real graphics up there. I think that would be really dope and very just very relative to what we're talking about.
I really like the idea of, you know, actually having that conversation or that interview with somebody that you're trading B cards with. You know, because it's not just, oh, hey, send me your B card in you know, on a post or in a big, you know, group chat on Twitter where you just accumulate a bunch and all you know about the person is their number. You know, the few that I have right now are from the Queens, the ENS Queens, because we're all in the same group, and we've been in this group for a couple months now, so we all know each other relatively well. But as we expand with B Card 2.0, you know, talking to you, n0vax, and 3869, you know, I've gotten to know you guys a lot better, and I think I love that idea of actually having a, you know, a 30-minute conversation with somebody where you swap cards.
for me, it's like this is so amazing to see this B card 2.0 like this is starting to grow now with some passionate community members. It's really nice to see.
Can you guys summarize what has been the biggest difference between um, B
2.0.
card, yeah, 1 and 2.0?
Yeah, of course. As you guys know, like the B card 1.0 was only for 3 or 4 digits. With a 2.0, it's now anyone with a Web3 wallet. Uh, uh, the status or subtext can be changed on the contract. It's pretty fast. That's what we're doing now. We're changing the subtext to our statuses. So, like you said earlier, like kind of like a social network, social media platform. We can tell everyone our statuses in Web3. Uh, People who can't access like Twitter or Facebook or whatever social media, they can see this on chain. It's updated pretty much instantly, and the gas fees a couple of cents. So that's one of the coolest things that we just came up with a couple of days ago, updating the subtext. But
Hey,
also the card can be, sorry, what was that?
oh, I was just going to chime in quickly to say my phone ran out of batteries. This is the first time this has happened to me where I have been the host and there's been no co-host. My phone's ran out of batteries. I totally assumed this space would have been fully rugged, but just FYI, somehow, some way, Twitter preserved the space with no co-host designated while my phone ran out of batteries. So that was like a miracle,
Yeah, that's a sign.
right? It's like this is meant to be.
Yeah.
I was really bummed out too. I was like, dang it, there was a nice, little convo happening. So I'm glad that you guys were able. While I was gone though, did I disappear or did it just look like I was just being quiet over there in the corner?
Yeah, I thought you just had a bad connection.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought you were just being quiet too.
Well, cool. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to let you guys know that had happened because that was super crazy. And if you're ever hosting a space, don't give up. If your phone runs out of batteries, plug it in and then jump back on immediately and it might still be going.
Did you catch the part where,
Oh,
sorry, Shock.
no. Sorry, go ahead.
Did you catch the part I was saying, like, previously the B card 1.0, the changing of it, the subtext and the identity on there, it was a manual process by 8. So you had to DM him to get that stuff updated. Now it's all on chain. We can update that instantly ourselves.
Actually, yeah, I had a question about that, and it's just going to apply to all. Like my B card ID is 272. So when I update my ISO-G subtext, and I can update both, right? And then when I do that in either way, if I update my B card, it'll apply to every single B card I've ever received and sent and everything, not just like that stack or that batch or whatever.
Yep. Every B card you ever sent, it will be updated in others' wallets as well.
That's just like a status update now. I mean, that just gave that functionality that it's distributed everywhere. I mean, everyone who's got your B card, they're surfing there. Like man, that's so cool. I mean, it's for weeks now. I've been watching things happen over here. I've been talking to 3402 about the B card. And then separately from this, I've been having conversations with people about just social layer and with ENS. I have all these is domains. I have is a baller, is single, is in a relationship, is this, is that, right? Has this, has that, sells this. I started saying verb conjugations in this form are interesting that can be prefixed, right? And so for subdomains. And I think that part of what I was thinking there was about identity, about using different ENS domains as the second level domain, as the kind of the field, like in Facebook would have is in a relationship or is single. Well, now we take that data layer away from them. They could stop abusing our data, and now it's public. And that's the thing that about this I think people really need to understand as we make this transition into this new social layer on chain, which is that it's kind of not what we keep saying. I think we should be clear about that. A lot of us have been using this language like, oh, now we're in control of our data. Now we are the ones. And it's like, yes, but also now everyone has access. So in the past, it was kind of like, all right, well, my data is, it's my private data that I'm doing on this social media platform, but the social media platform has kind of some proprietary, knowledge over your metadata and your these other things that are happening. Well, now on chain, on blockchain, with all these social layer aspects of things, your photographs or whatever you have associated with it, like even if it's encrypted in some way where it's on some private aspect, once it's decrypted, right? Once it gets boom, like well, on whatever, like whoever service, there is that layer of trust. And so I think what we have to understand about this is our our tokens in our wallet, our NFTs, whatever, not soulbound tokens, whatever we have associated, our subdomains that are associated with our identity, our B cards, all this stuff, it's building this very public on-chain thing, right? And it's not like we should stop thinking of it as, oh, it's our data and we're the ones who have, because I'm very for privacy, but I think that that's been my reluctance in going headlong into the metaverse, is that I've known intuitively that like this, it's sort of a death of privacy in one way. Not, and I'm not saying we don't have to go into the physical, like the huge philosophical convo about it, but I guess what I'm just saying is that we have to remember that everything that we're putting here is in a relationship, is single. Yeah, that information, we have control over it. We can change it, but it's snapshotted and it's available. And there's going to be third parties that are going to build data monolithic. Web 2 data monoliths are going to mine this data. That's what I'm saying. Just because we're over here in Web 3, all this exploitive, self-interest and, that phenomena is going to enter this space. And we just shouldn't be super naive about kind of the content that we put out here. We should be thoughtful about it. So I think that that's a big part of the convo too.
Yeah, absolutely. Since it's on chain, like every status update you ever do, it's gonna remain there pretty much forever. You can see this stuff on Polygon Scan. Your old statuses is all there. It's never going away.
How is that impacting the way that the social interactions are happening? Because we're not having the same kind of like, oh, here's a conversation thread, and people are having, like in the early days of Web 2, Web 2 social media.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, we're having these long form verbal interactions where you have a little bit more opportunity to kind of explain yourself and take ideas apart and stuff. And people are going to be a little bit, I think, more inclined towards communicating in a more respectful and thoughtful way. Are you finding that to be generally the case, like when you're in the on cyber metaverse space, that you're not getting people, I don't know, using a bunch of necessarily like offensive or foul language or saying things that are kind of just provocative or trolling? Like people are kind of being their authentic self and trying to vibrate at a higher level.
No, we haven't seen any trolls yet. I haven't seen any trolls.
It'll be crazy when that does happen. Like all the good-hearted,
it's inevitable.
All the B card holders will be like, remove this troll. That will be interesting, actually, policing and considering that aspect, because you're never going to have a space, digital or otherwise, that doesn't require some order, some regulation, some agreed upon values and things, and that and as soon as you do that, somebody's going to violate it. And so what do you do about that? That'll be an interesting thing that we'll have to consider.
Yeah, actually, we do talk about this a lot. There's nothing we can do about it. However, we can see each person's connections. So if they're trolling, it's unlikely that they're ever going to climb the ranks, showing that they're a real person in B card.
We talked about this early on, like a couple months ago, when ENS was going off and people were sending each other some prank ENS and things like that. And we were talking about the potential to send somebody a, so and so is an idiot, ha ha ha, and send it to their wallet. And that there's this potential here for actually with soulbound tokens to kind of damage somebody's reputation, and potentially to. So this is a really interesting aspect of this, using social consensus to ensure that even negative reviews are based in reality. Because a lot of people like to talk smack or just like tear somebody down because they don't like or whatever. Oh, that person, I don't like them. I'm going to say something. I'm going to send them a soulbound token that says that they tried to hack my wallet and that they stole money from me or something, right? And so, when you think of our Web3 identities and the kind of robust trust layer, You should use that for marketing for bcard, the robust trust layer. But if you do consider that, like the exchange process that happens, and as those relationships, grow, and it's not just purely about the number of relationships, right? Because then any one person could go game this with their botnet army, and people will, you know what I mean? People will, but that what we're going to have is like the quality of those connections. And so that's why it's a really interesting thing that the digit holders kind of it originated this, and that they will be visibly differentiated from other usernames, because you'll be like, oh, that person's connected to all those OG digits, and that will, so as the different B card 2 and B card 3, or however this involves and everything, there will be these like concentric circles of trust and interaction between like the earliest founders. I mean, here we are. I'm 272, so we definitely are early. But do you guys? We know that there's gonna be a lot of different things in metaverse that are gonna be popular and everything. Like they're gonna exist alongside each other. But are you guys feeling like B card has this early advantage, that there's actually a big potential here for B card to kind of break out and be, one of the iconic social layers in Web3?
Yeah, absolutely. It's innovative, and it's a first of its kind. There's not been anything else that I've seen on the blockchain like it, and I think just the simplicity of it, on the surface, and then all the utility behind it. That's what makes it so unique.
So what do you think, Shocked, about this convo? Like, we got an intro, you and I, to the
Yeah.
on cyberspace. How did you feel about that?
I like. You mean like before, when you and I went on to the on cyber?
Yeah. I was actually, the reason I was just thinking about it because I left it open on the computer downstairs, and I was like, oh crap, I hope I've got muted my microphone so everyone isn't listening to my kids just shouting down there.
I actually locked my laptop, but no, as I'm like literally checking out of the grocery store right now, and I am like going to be racing home to get back on it. I'm sold on it.
Yeah, and now it's like I want to explore. I have that feeling. In Decentraland recently, I had this experience of going. The last time I was here, it was like flat, miles and miles all around, and now it's like, whoa, it's all this stuff, and Voxel's the same, and now this is just an incredible iteration. So let's swap cards. I think it's about that time. Is it all right if I send yours to shawked.eth? Shocked?
Yes, please.
Awesome. I'm gonna queue you up my B card, and then same to you, 3869. Although it would be super cool to get to know you a little bit more, and get to know your background a little bit more, and just kind of like do a recorded session. If I'm giving myself a performance review, I suck. I did a bad job. Because I had a goal and I didn't achieve my goal. I wanted this to be like we're gonna talk to Shocked. It's gonna be like an interview thing, just her and I. Who cares who else is here? And then I'll get it, it'll be like this thing that's packaged neatly, and it'll be like, oh, we got to know Shock, she got to know me, and we did swap the B cards. And that's what I want going forward. I'm going to try to achieve that with these interviews. But I think this was better than that could have been, because now both of us got some intro, and man, I'm just more excited than I was before. And I was already getting pretty fired up about this, because it's a simple adjustment in the way that we're seeing the things. It's a really subtle, nuanced thing, but it's like, I don't know, something about it. Once you
I
once you
enjoyed
get it,
it.
you get
Like
it.
I like getting to know, like it was nice being able to talk to you in the beginning, but then having 3869 jump in and give us more background, which was a lot of information I didn't know. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't have changed it.
So let's all swap cards. I'm really excited about this aspect of doing it live, because Polygon is just pretty killer. I just didn't really understand. It was just that negative experiences, one after another, with stinking broken sea. Always, like, I just couldn't sell anything. I have not sold a Polygon NFT. Just couldn't do it to save my life.
I don't think I've
you know,
ever sold an NFT.
Well,
like
yeah, I think.
notorious for getting rugged.
Oh, well, let me see if I can get here. Um, what do you
Now, are
guys
you
like to use?
N0vax?
Yes.
Okay. So I've been sending mine through Broken Sea. I don't know if there's a better or alternative method.
Yeah, I've been doing the same, and I know that I assume doing it direct, on Polygon scan is probably preferred, obviously. So maybe we can get a little tutorial on that.
It's actually already out. I personally use OpenSea, but Polygon it's a lot easier and faster, more efficient when you're sending out multiple cards. Because when you're using OpenSea, you have to do one at a time. Also, with Polygon Scan, so Polygon Scan, like all the information is there. Like you're sending one B card, you're sending your B card. All you're changing is the address you're sending it to. I'll send you a link. It's pretty easy.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to be able to tweet that and pin it to my profile for a while so that other people I know a lot of the queens have started actively trading their B cards, so I think they'll look forward to the Polygon tutorial as opposed to using Broken Sea. I personally will.
Yeah, I'm seeing you right now, 3869, and I just sent yours, Shawked. So we are B carding it up, guys. This is so cool. I'm really grateful for you. Thank you for jumping in here with us. I know you said you were on Spaces earlier, man, and you'd invited me to that space. I wasn't able to get in there, and I really respect and appreciate you for just putting in the work out here and being willing to connect with us right now. I know you've been working hard at this, so thank you for the time, man.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, I did want to talk to you yesterday. You said you wanted to schedule a call with me, so I was like, maybe I'll invite you to this space and then we'll talk. And then you had this space. I was like, oh, I'll just jump on so we can have this conversation. But I do want to have another, probably a one-on-one, probably a phone call or anything with both of you. Actually, I like to try to deepen my connections with my B cards. There's another concept we have is sending people multiple B cards to signify a deeper relationship on the blockchain. So, like you
Oh,
said earlier, if you're receiving multiple B cards from someone reputable, that means something. Like, why does this guy have 5 cards from the founder of B card?
yeah, as I saw people doing that, and as I sent out my first 50 and probably collected my first, 20 or whatever, I was like, okay. Yeah, this is a lot of cards. This is a lot of digits. And like I was saying at the beginning of this, in some cases, I don't know these people by the identity that they have on their B card. And so it's so cool that those fields are editable, that people will be able to kind of clean that up and say, well, everyone knows me as Shocked, so I better put Shocked on there. Everyone knows me as n0vax, so I better put that on there. Or whatever it is, so that just makes it a little easier. Because when I'm looking back through these, I mean, this is my Rolodex now. You understand? Like for all of us, this is how. I mean, your OpenSea, your token collection just became very versatile as a social tool of who is that guy, who I was talking to who builds those awesome Blender 3D models or whatever. Oh yeah, I remember, because you'll know like approximately when you spoke to them, and so you can kind of search by that, and then you see their name and recognize them. So this is a really cool thing.
Yeah, I just sent you my B card n0vax, and as you were saying that, literally just now, it gave me the idea. Obviously, I have shawked.eth on mine, and that's what for most of my Web3 presence intend to use. But then I was thinking, like, well, I kind of want to. How could I separate this so it's not mixed in with all my ENS domains, but still shocked? And then I was like, well, I could subdomain it. I could do bcards.shawked.eth or something similar, and then transfer um, all my B cards to that subdomain's wallet.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, there's going to be, yeah, I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about this, I'm realizing I better build. You got to build on the right way, because later on it's going to be expensive to go and send, hundreds of B cards from one wallet to another. So that's important to think about now. Thank you for bringing that up, actually.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something too. I have a friend who printed out a Koa James. My third son was born about 2 months ago, and he is named Koa. And we registered his ENS, koajames.eth. And my good friend Wheezy hooked me up. He prints clothing. He printed a little koajames.eth, like 3 to 6 month old onesie. It's light blue ENS colored onesie, super cute. And it occurred to me at that time when we were talking, I said, dude, what if you defined a brand? And this would only work because it couldn't be easily knocked off, right? You define a brand with a logo with an ENS based like aesthetic that is very high quality, premium quality, highest quality materials, etc. And and then you make it token gated for ENS holders to print their ENS on this clothing. So basically, you can only print n0vax.eth if you've like validated, that you own that domain. And so this would be a really cool way to give subdomains additional value to gate the printing of the apparel based on the ownership of the sub or of the second level, whichever.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Well, let's build it together. I know some devs are pretty keen to do it, but yeah, we should talk
And
there because that could be powerful.
yeah, last night I was in Just Shills's space, and after talking to him and DMing back and forth with him for a few, just on a whim, I registered metaprinter.eth. So, and I'm really surprised that it wasn't taken, because most everything with the meta prefix has already been registered. So I was really pumped to get metaprinter.
That's
.eth
so
last night.
strong. That is so
Yeah, like,
congratulations.
yeah, and it's not even one that like, yeah, sure, I think, down the road it's got flip potential, but like it's such a clean name. I don't even think that I would ever want
Don't
to
flip
flip
it.
it.
Don't flip it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's so perfectly suited to what you do. Like, and you know what? Like, that's such a great thing about these conversations too, because I want this to serve this purpose. I want this to serve like the business development purpose that it should, where I can say to you, hey, I don't know how connected you are to the Shawked identity, and there's no reason why you can't have two different wallets with two different identities and be who you want, when you want, where you want. But what if, I mean, your name meta printer, it's so descriptive of your strength in Web3 too, like what you can contribute. And if you build this thing, kind of what I'm talking about with token gating printing, and you call it meta printer, it's like, shoot, man, like, can you see, like, that is so
Yeah.
powerful. Like, you're meta
Yeah.
printer, like, you don't need to be shocked anymore, like, you could be meta printer.
I like it though. I mean, because it's such a it's just such a clean two-word domain, and it's literally what I do. I mean, I'm a printer, and I'm trying to expand from, in real life in Web 2 over to Web 3. And I think it just suits it perfectly. So I was really fortunate to get that last night. So I owe Just Shills for kind of putting that. He didn't even suggest it. It was just our whole conversation just led me there.
I love Just Chills, man. I've been starting to
Yeah.
develop I don't think I think I've sent him a B card. I don't know if he's minted his yet, but he's definitely going to be a B. I mean, he's a big networker. He's a real positive guy. He's obviously done some good consultation work or something where he has I think he said he worked with like an inspirational speaker, a well-known person who did some consulting with him for many years or something. He just has interesting stories. He revealed some things to me the other day that I was like, yeah, just impressed. His dad is like a Bollywood musician, so he has all these like these Bollywood connects and stuff. So
Wow.
we're co-producing ENS Friday night ENS happy hour together. I got my guitar right here. You want a bar of it real quick?
So if I go silent here in just a few minutes, it's because my kids are all going to be hopping in the car.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, let's wrap it up. I'm gonna practice up for tonight. Come into the Friday night ENS happy hour, guys. We might
Yeah,
jam
absolutely.
out some music. I was gonna say that Just Shills had helped me. Kind of like I was like playing with him. I was playing guitar for him, and he was giving me feedback. And we were trying to get it just right in the right key that official ETH nerd always starts the song on. He goes like, it's a Friday night, ENS happy hour. And so we had like kind of made it painfully impossible to get the melody wrong by syncing up the chords with the melody in the right key that that NFT verse always starts it with. And then we can come up to the B minor for the dubbed out verses. So it's kind of it's an experiment, but Just Shills was there. He was like, yeah, do that. No, go higher there, and just kind of helping me to work the song and get some confidence in like which direction to take it. It was actually a really fun experience. So props to Just Shills. He's got a great ear for music, and he showed me some music he's produced as well. He's also he's got a track or two. He's not like really classically trained, I don't think, as a musician, but his production sense is really good, and he's got some very high quality stuff that he's been involved in producing. So I'm really excited to work with him. I don't know what it's all going to sound like, but we're just kind of talking about island vibes, you know. Let me see. I think I got some lyrics here. Maybe you guys can help me because I'm supposed to sing this tonight. Is it all right with you guys if I just sing at you for a minute? Oh, maybe we just wrap it up.
Yeah, we can go for it.
We're working. Let's get Atmosphere up here. You're invited up here, Atmosphere, and Steady. Yeah, we got this acapella chorus. We're on the island and the waves are crashing. Everybody's smiling, we're all laughing. Ron smoking a cigar that costs more than my car. And watch out for 3402. She's pointing her emoji, is working at you. And I said, now it's a Friday night. And then there's the chorus, right? It's a Friday. It's a Friday night. It's a Friday night. ENS happy hour. Yeah. Friday night. ENS happy hour. Yeah, so like that's the first time we ever did verses and chorus. Never did that before. So we got to get that in the bar tight. You know what? I need a harder pick, man. Screw these old gray ones. Let's really pick. There we go. All right, first.
I like you going Rasta on it.
Yeah, right. Let's do that. Let's ham up the Rasta for the second verse.
The Rasta hard.
Let's just take it hard, Rasta Atmosphere.
Yes.
GM on Vanuatu, where the music is pumping. And I don't give a fuck if my portfolio's dumping. And unemployed is looking out for the spot. He's a bouncer, we keep his coffee hot. We just passed 2 million registrations, and I'm about to top up at that East gas station. My bags are packed, my domains are stacked. We're looking back. It's a Friday night. Let's go to the chorus. It's a Friday night. Friday night. ENS. Yeah. Happy hour. Yeah. And then Just Chill says take it higher on the second. We said it's a Friday night. And then high right here. ENS. I said a happy hour. We're on the island. Oh, we got a verse 3. We got official nerd, and he's bartending. Check out these cats check out these ENS cats that my man is minting. And Just Shills helps us pay the bills, and we're drowning in pussy while we're rolling in grails. It's a Friday night. Oh, it's my biggest enemy. My biggest enemy is low liquidity. And I'm on top of the world because Shirley Lowe just followed me. And Kev just poured me a shot. But I don't drink, said I only smoke pot. An ENS punks just sub to sub. And n0vax.eth just bustin' strumming some dub. Now where'd Flossin go? We got to get some verses about everyone in here now. And Shock just printed a shirt that said, what the shirt say on it? That said, my portfolio ain't worth dirt. You know, it's a relative D major, so we can rock out some lead over in D major. It's a Friday night. Yeah. You guys ready to go to the Friday night happy hour right now? I'm about to roll over to the happy hour.
Is that starting now?
Yeah, it's about 40 minutes. I was going to work on a verse or two, play a little guitar, warm up my voice, and try and bust in there and actually perform, you know, because in the past we've just been songwriting. But you know what I was thinking? Maybe it's better if we just hang out and songwrite together and don't put so much pressure on performance. Just songwrite and have fun. That's always a better experience.
Well, I will. I'll be the #1 fan in the crowd, front row, because if I sing, it's gonna be like somebody torturing a kitten.
Hey, Rico just rolled in. Rico's been working on the clock for the 24-hour club. What's up, Rico? He's loading. Yeah, this has been cool. We've been talking about B card, man. Are you up on your B cards yet, Rico?
I have one. I think I have one.
Nice. We got to get you a couple more. We'll send you one, and then once you got 3, you can mint your own and start distributing them yourself.
Yes, I started collecting today. Thanks to Shawked.
Awesome, Shock. That's cool of you. I think there should be a special reward for the first one, the B card, V card.
So Rico, hold on a second. Do you have have I sent you a B card yet?
No, you have not.
Okay, I'm gonna send you one. Is it by rico.eth?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, I will send you one.
Thank you.
Hey, I'll send you one also, Rico. I just want to talk a little bit first. I'll just send you a DM.
Speak to the clockmaker. Rico, it would be really great to see some status updates on the clock. I know you said you've been working, man. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it. It's a long weekend, too, in America. We got Labor Day. And so I'm going to be, chilling with the fam, hanging out a bit, and looking forward to seeing some clock stuff. And also, I think you're aware of this, maybe Rico too, but we had a homie from the 24-hour club throw out his Decentraland plot as building the spot. Dude, well, you want to build there's a guy who's starting on, who's done some 3D stuff, but you're like a 3D wizard as well. Like I've seen you do crazy high poly 3D. So I'm like, you could probably make a psycho clock. You're gonna have like the Back to the Future clock tower in no time.
Yeah, I can do crazy stuff in 3D.
Man, we should put you on the 3D clock. Like the Tower of, what's that one from Lord of the Rings? What's that called? That tower, the Eye of Sauron or whatever. Just build it like that, but with the clock at the top. Just like, it's got to be, the way I see it is, the clock tower should actually test the vertical limits of the space. Nothing should be taller than the damn clock tower. So we should actually explore just how high up you can build inside of Decentraland with this.
Yeah, let's first build it. I first have to build a clock on ensclock.com, but I can definitely look into building a 3D clock. No problem. But yeah, I've tried to reach out to you. Maybe you didn't see the message, but I have asked you if you are available at Sunday or better at Monday for some heads up and a bit longer call, like around an hour or so we can walk through the updates and discuss some stuff because I have some options to use for mobile or web, and I have some ideas about it, but I like to discuss them too.
Right on. Yeah, definitely. I'll get back to you immediately on that. Just assume that the answer is yes, and let's go, and sooner than later. So, because I'm stoked.
Yeah,
Also,
because you knew I was busy last days, but I fixed that luckily. So yeah,
yeah, that was the other thing, dude. I wanted to make sure that that you're well, because I don't want to be pressuring you while you're in the midst of like a
yeah.
tight squeeze. So I hope that
Uh,
things are going good.
Yeah, I still didn't need to meet ends, but I got a friend who could help me out. So I have to till Tuesday or Wednesday now because he really needs it back then too. But it's really the final stretch. Like we're talking 0.2 ETH or so. So yeah, it's final stretch, and I will make it. You know,
Dude. All right. Well, let's
it's
try
been
and get
extra
this
grind.
grant funding
But
so that
yeah,
next month is taken care of.
yeah, we will be all right. I've been pushing my edges last week. Like I try to get some sleep tomorrow, but yeah,
We put you in front of a ton of people the last week or two, in these spaces we've been doing with available for dev work as your
amazing.
name. I hope that
Yeah,
your network
amazing.
has grown. I hope that some people have hit you up and that you've been able to like, get some work going, because that's the whole point here, is to build the network out. And so you're a really skilled developer. It's obvious that you have the knowledge and the ability and the passion. So you should be earning, good reward for that, I think. So I will just try
Yeah,
and make
thank
sure that
you.
we avail our network to you for that.
Yeah, thank you. And great that I met Just Shells. He's really helping me too. And I got a lot of feedback from some business company, from some business people about how I can put myself out more and build a very simple portfolio that speaks to the people and um, creates more value on the spot. Like because yeah,
Shills
because
is good at that.
yeah, Shields is really good at that. But I've spoken to some other guys too, also some VC guys and stuff, and it has really helped me a lot because it also reminded me of when I had my company. I how do we say it? Like I, I yeah, I've done it all. And with when I had the company, I was doing a great job. But then when I got the divorce and all the struggles going on in private life, I went back to the ground and I was homeless, and stuff. And I started to doing stuff differently, and I didn't see it myself until now. The last week, I started to speak to people and get in the spaces more, and I found that yeah, where or where I 10 years ago I was great at networking and stuff. I knew how to put myself out there and just make sure no one could get around me. I was not doing that for the last year. So yeah, it was an eye opener for me, and thank you.
You can build fast here when you have ability and you're somebody that people like being around and like working with and hanging out with and stuff. It just makes it real easy to get going quick, to really accelerate. So you have so much ability with with the short time that I've known you, what you've told me about the jobs that you've done in the past, and what I see you starting to do with the clock. It gives me a lot of confidence that I think you're gonna, like you probably, like, yourself, you've got the full stack credentials, so that there's a price tag that's associated with that too, and it's just a matter of time before that comp starts landing. So right on, man. And I hope that you get to do something that you really love. I hope that you know what I mean. That's the big thing about it, when you have that, because we're exploring over here. And the subdomain wrapper will give us so many cool things. Now, when we were talking with Prim the other day, and he was telling us about that we would have basically like the out of the box functionality that we want to soul bind our ENS clock subs with the with the root level domains. So the centralized clock, the ability to update the avatars in mass, in a gasless way from a centralized perspective, and to automate the purchase of ad space on that clock as well, or at least the request process, so that the DAO community or the stakeholders can vote on it. Those tools are what's going to actually give the the whole thing value in an economic, real sense, that people will see that, oh, having a minute is more than just a nostalgia. Isn't it strange though, the way that the minutes just like really got faded and forgotten over the last digit run? I was surprised to see the 100K flip I mean, I never thought in a million years the 100K club would flip the 24-hour
Well,
club.
I've heard you say that before, but I've been thinking about that. The one thing is like a good thing for us is the scarcity of 1430 minutes, but it's also the downside for now in the short term, because those numbers, they have different clubs. In some clubs, the same people are pushing it, but there is more people in the bigger number clubs. So there, the numbers thing is growing. So it's accelerating. And for us, it's like we have the members and we are starting to build on it, but the count of members is not growing because of the scarcity. But with the numbers, it's just when the floor of the 999 club raises, people go to the 1000, to the 10K club. When the 10K club floor rises, people go to the 100K club, and that creates more people see it, more people come into these clubs, and digits in the whole get more attention. So we cannot compare at this stage, I think.
Yeah, it's a really interesting thing to consider, relative value in terms of market capitalization and what that direct impact can be on the price potential of any asset. So when you think about that with Bitcoin and Ethereum, traditionally, as Ethereum starts to get too gain too much ground against BTC, people will start seeing Ethereum as being overbought, and they will start selling it. You know what I mean? They will say, well, I could buy a lot of Bitcoin for this Ethereum, right? And so they'll do that. And so that's what kind of the arbitrage between the relative value of different currencies has a much greater psychological impact than people realize, I think. And so that's true of the numbers too, and all this ENS subculture communities. You go, oh, the price of 999 Club is this? Oh, well, then the price of the 10K Club should be at least that. And if it gets too far out of whack from what you think, where the value is, you can exploit it really quickly. Go, boom, there's the value. So this process, like all these different tokens and currencies and sub ENS sub communities, they move together in this very almost coordinated way. You can almost start to see what will happen next. It's obvious that in the next weeks, the price of the 24-hour club is going to go up above the 100K club. Like I'm the spokesperson for the 100K club. I'm making the 60-page PFP ENS cat PFP doc and everything. Like I love the 100K club. I have 4 100Ks. I wish I would have got more 5-digit ENS, but I just have 4. But the point is, I'm not fudding it. I think it's rad. I hosted the Mint Out Marathon. That's a big thing. That's like my favorite. That's the thing I'm most active in. But I'm also really active in the 24-hour club, and I believe that the market will just see that the 24-hour club is tremendous value relative. That it shouldn't be flipped by the 100K club. But I think it has more to do not with the scarcity in this case, even though scarcity is super important. I think it has to do with the perception of rugged individualist digit domainer, versus like social project requiring a developer, requiring, having utility. So in this case, our minimally viable product, the MVP at ensclock.com, could almost be a hindrance, like even the fact that Rico is building the clock, that we're like, yo, Rico, help us like build these other features on it and do this thing. It's the funniest thing because it's like it both potentially adds the most value ever imaginable by bringing in like corporate sponsors and real use case where it can get put on ENS Vision, all the stuff, right? That's what's needed, right? For this kind of a club. That's not needed for a digit club. Digit club isn't sitting here saying, oh, how can we get a 10K or a 999 widget embedded in ENS Vision, or how can we build a 10K tower in Decentraland? It's not like that, right? So basically what I'm saying is I think the social aspect, the social and collaborative aspects that are unique and idiosyncratic to our 24-hour club do have a big impact on people's belief in their right, because we can screw it up. You see, so with the digits, it's perceived that you know there's nobody could screw it up. So that's the comedy of it. Is that that's what we're learning. That's what I'm learning from it. Is that there's actually part of the enthusiasm for the digits is an exhaustion with rug pulls. It's an exhaustion with undelivered promises from NFT founders and stuff. So it's just cool to see it that way, and then to realize that it's manifesting that way even within the clubs, where the clubs that require more or have built out more utility or functionality may, in the short term, kind of get faded by this culture. But if we deliver on those promises, and we achieve something unique, then we may have the most upside of all. So I'm just excited about where it'll go. Maybe 24-hour club will have a 10 ETH floor in the next month, and we'll all go, why didn't we scoop up 10 of them when they're at 0.03, 0.04, 0.05? And on the other side, maybe the 24-hour club, maybe Rico and I will just build the perfect thing, but everyone will hate it and reject it and not want it, and we have to just put our attention elsewhere. We don't know what the future holds. But in the meantime, as we go, what we do know is, like, when we're trading these B cards and getting to know each other like this, whatever the next thing is, or whatever the present thing is, or whatever your friend's need is, we're going to have a very well-defined understanding of where each other's skill sets are and the types of circles that we travel in. I'm in Doge Party community a lot. I'm in the ENS communities I've mentioned quite a bit. I do a lot of promotion with different PFP projects. I'm a historical collector big time. So I have, like, Jolly Rogers. I have some 2012 Namecoin domains. I just like old stuff. I didn't really mint till I have one creep. It's like probably one of my newer assets that I've collected. So anyway, that's kind of me and what I'm into. And I like crypto skulls. I like Lobby 3, getting in with meta governance with Sapien DAO. Those are things that are important to me. I like having philosophical conversation. I like having Socratic dialogue, and I like getting to know people better and helping them to make the best use of their skills and make the best use of our mutual network. So I hope that B card is a place where we're able to swap cards like that, and you have a recollection of me that, hey, that n0vax, he might help me to get over, spread the word in this community or that community, or that n0vax might want to interview my friend or what have you, or do an art project or a motion graphics or video editing collab or whatever. So I'm here for it all, guys. Just want to make myself, available to all my B card homies.
Rico, I just wanted to let you know that I sent you my B card, so you should have that. And that's what's nice about this. I was looking at your Twitter profile, and through this B card chat, I see that you're available for dev work, and that's something I've been actively hunting for like the last 6 months, is people that like blockchain devs. So that's just really cool.
Yeah, another thing that we talked about in the B card is maybe one day we'll have like a room where people can post like their talents and skills, and also another posting for people who are looking for these kind of people.
Yeah, I saw your B card, by the way, Shawked. I already unhid it from OpenSea, so yeah, thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Right on. I'm going to send you my B card right now to Rico. Just buy Rico.eth, yeah?
Yes, that's correct. That's the name I'm never going to sell.
The unsellable name. And if you ever get in a pinch and you need to get some liquidity quick, we discovered that the ultimate, if you have built a Web3 identity, the ultimate surety for anything, any loan that you need or whatever, should be your Web3 identity if you've built it sufficiently, because it would be the thing that you would never want to part with. So that's kind of an interesting idea. We should consider putting together a Web3 identity as collateral startup, because that could be a kind of fascinating experiment to do, even just as a lark.
Yeah. I'm by the way really excited for the merge. I can't wait.
I'm scared. I've read some stuff, and I'm trying to, take it all in stride. It's just gonna be crazy, bro.
If you're scared, the best thing to do is just wait a few hours after the merge until you read that splitting and everything gone right. I'm excited about splitting. But that
Are
has to
you
do with
planning to liquidate some assets on the POW chain?
yeah. I am together with a great friend who has a big you know the guy from Pixel Map, right, Ken?
Oh shit! I keep forgetting about your connection with Ken, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
We are
guys
re-
have a
we are
plan,
let's say we are both ready for the merge.
bro. You guys are crazy. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's really exciting to see. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
but
be careful.
we are not going to scam people. We are just going to mess with the exchanges because they fucked up earlier with forks. So yeah.
I can't wait to see what you guys are up to. Be cautious with the what do they call it? The replay attack vector.
Yeah, replay attack. Yeah, I know. Replay attack.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have to talk about it, but I was surprised
Yeah.
to learn that there's
For
some
the re
vulnerabilities.
No, for the replay attack, it's pretty easy to prevent it if you know it. That's the first thing we are doing actually. Like we are building our own splitter script before it's out there, so we can split the assets ourselves, and then replay attack is not available. Like no one can do a replay attack after you split the assets. So
Cool.
yeah,
Dude, I'm excited for you. Rico, thank you for hanging with us here. I'm doing the as we speak. I'm doing the firing up your B card, and I wanted to ask you if there's anything like I don't know, just that you've done in the past that highlights like your particular area of development skill set that you want to speak about right now. It might be a good opportunity for people listening back to this or who might want to use your services.
well, I've done a lot, but the best things I think is I'm a full stack developer. More backend related, so I can build APIs, scripts, great analysis tools. Analysis is where my strength is, by the way. But since 2016, I've been learning Solidity and blockchain development too. So I'm trying to get more into that. I didn't do a lot of commissions for that, like only a handful. So I'm trying to expand on that. But I created a lot of scripts on testnet to just to try out and prove my skills.
Right on. Hey, I just sent your B card. It's arrived to you.
Yeah, I can mint my own. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's pretty straightforward. 3869 could probably hit you with a resource on it. I bet you probably already know how to do it yourself.
Yeah, I sent
Yeah,
him this. I sent him the instructions. It shouldn't be too hard though.
That's so awesome, man. I'm really glad that happened right here. So that's a cool thing. So I was saying that 38 about potentially having I called it the B card V card. It's kind of just joking, but like the very first B card that somebody receives, it might be an interesting thing because that's valuable from the perspective of what does the B card like network value, like what does it require? It requires growth from both within for new people to be integrated into the community, and it requires for those new people to grow that community as well. So both have to be incentivized. And so cool idea to make it such that when you swap cards, you get more cards. That's great. But that does kind of incentivize like just strictly just going like, hey, who's got cards? I'm gonna get to know you and get my cards, and that's fine. But it might limit the growth a little bit. And so I was thinking that if we put a special reward on the B card, V card, quote unquote, whatever we call it, that's more appropriate than that. But that makes sense. Like people understand what that means. But your first one that anyone ever receives, maybe because I sent a few out to Dogfather, some people on Doge Party, and people who are respected in the historical NFT community, people who are players and they would never sell their Web3 identity kind of thing, those kind of people, Jake Gallen and these guys. Like I want to send, these kind of homies to try and get these guys onboarded on to B card. But I realized that if I focus all on them, I won't get any reciprocated, right? So I kind of maybe over focus on them on the first round because I thought I want to grow this network. So I'm going to send these cards to these uncharted territories and reach these new people because that's what I want to do. I think that has value and I'm trying to add value to the network. So anyway, I think that we should find a way to reflect that can provide value. And maybe it's just an V card is unrewarded until the person mints and distributes a certain number kind of thing, which could become a little bit like a Ponzi kind of type of a multi-level marketing thing if it's done incorrectly. But just kind of a general, just so it's not abused and stuff. But yeah, no, I think that there's something there with putting emphasis on expanding out. I don't know if you think the same. I thought you still throwing some emojis.
Yeah. Actually, we kind of already have a concept like that. Especially for the B Cards 1.0, because there's going to be a generative art project we have planned. Those art pieces are generated based on the first 3 B cards you received. I hope that makes sense. It's going to be crazy. So if I'm the first person who sent you my B card, your piece the primary color of your piece would be the color of 120. It's a crazy idea.
Sweet.
It's a crazy idea that 008 came up with. The supply of V-Cards 1.0 is 256, and that number is because of RGB. It's from up to 256. So those colors are going to be based on the V-Card token ID. I'm super excited for that to come out.
So my 272, it won't correlate to a RGB. It'll correlate to whoever the colors of my 3, progenitor cards or whatever.
Well, unfortunately, that project I'm talking about is only for like the B card 1.0. But since everything is on chain, I'm sure we could do probably something similar for everyone else in the future as well.
Right on. So 38. Who are the biggest, most active and engaged contributors? I know 008 is always in there. Who are a couple of the other core people who, if I spend all day hanging out on cyber, who am I going to be bumping into every second?
I would recommend checking out my room. I have in my room I have the B cards up of the people that I've connected with most. It's displayed in my room.
Cool.
As for the other people, the best way to find out is to show up at our daily hangouts. It's 5 to 7 p.m. EST. We do that every day. That's probably the best way to find the most active people. And besides that, probably the ranking list, because B cards, they post the top 75 every day.
Okay, so that's 2 to 4 Pacific every day. And that's what you guys were doing in there. So you guys just kind of wrapped up your hangout while we were on this call.
They're still there.
Nice.
They're still there. I just decided to hop on with you guys.
Well, man, I really appreciate it. 3869. Thank you. It's cool that you're a 69 too. So there's only 369s in the whole 10K set. So that's a real rare subset, the 69s. In the 100K club, we are giving a rose in the mouth for all of the 69 digits. So that's just kind of a fun thing.
That's cool because I actually have a 5-digit with a 69 as well.
Oh heck yeah! Do you have any 5 digits with 420s? Because we're giving those a blunt in the mouth.
420. I don't think so.
I have 42059, not 42069. I wish, but I have 42059, and he's gonna have so at least one cat. But if you look at the scarcity, there's only 300 420s. Sorry, I'm getting rugged. There's only 300 420s in the whole 100K collection. So those 300 blunt smoking cats are going to be pretty valued, I think, when people realize that the 420s are as rare as they are. People already value the 420 digits, but I think the PFPs, it'll be fun to see what people think of the cat art and everything. It's getting quite far along, and it looks quite cool. I like it a lot, and it'll be fun to just push the button once we have the script all ready to go and just take that first look and say, is it too homogenous? Does it need more traits? We'll probably refine it once or twice after we push the button. But at this moment, we're just, there's certain caveats we have to code. If it's a 4 of a kind, then you got to overwrite the hat layer with the crown layer, and so on and so forth. And if it's a 5 of a kind, it's got to be a gold crown, etc. So we have these just different things that we're in the process of implementing right now. So it's really cool with that PFP. And I think that the digits, what's happening, what we're doing as B card as well, what you guys have done already, what you're pioneering with B card, with the color aspect of it is super cool. Like 008 just keeps impressing me with this big brainedness ideas. Is super fun. And not just big brained, but like creative, it's like it's really, you can get behind that. You can get with that, like that, having your color too. Like, what's your color? Is it cool?
I looked at it. I think mine is like a dark purple kind of color.
Okay, all right.
Magenta.
Atmosphere is
We'll
probably gonna
see.
try
We'll
and get
see.
that. Atmosphere is
Hey,
gonna
I
try and get
just
your B
realized.
card.
Oh, sorry, real quick. I just realized I have 40469.
Hey, you're gonna have a rose in the mouth, and your 4 is the birthday cat, so that's gonna be a purple background. 0 correlates to the athletic cat, who is not the tiger cat, but he is like a calico, white and black. And then 404, the middle one, 4 is going to be the birthday party shirt. That's a birthday suit. So shirt, it'll be shirtless, no shirt, the birthday suit. And then 40469, 6 will be the what is that? The hat. So the 6, it correlates to the devil cat. So it'll be devil horns. And then 9, the last one is the hat. Wait, no, we already did that. 9 is the hat. No, so it won't be devil horns. It will be a top hat. So you'll have a top hat on the head. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, that's kind of the way that this will break down with the 100K digits. They're deterministically, inversely, that the traits are derived by the numbers. So it's
That
fun.
is so cool.
I probably got yours wrong, so don't, and we haven't finalized it all, but yeah, that's just kind of like what it would be. Mine, it was super fun to do it with my 4 and just go, oh, because like after I did all the traits and stuff, I was like, wait a second, I've got 4 of these. Like, what will my cats look like? And sure enough, they're not very cool, and because my numbers are not very cool. And that was honestly really good confirmation to me that I think we've done something correct with this collection, because I was like, these, okay, first digit is background color, second digit is cat breed, third digit is the shirt, the fourth digit is the eth necklace accessory. That's what I forgot. And then the 5th digit is the hat layer. So for example, I'll just like my cats, my 4 digits, or my 4 5-digit numbers that I have. One of them is 42059. So 4 is purple background, 2 is Bengal cat, 0 is football pads for the shoulders, 5 is dog tags, like army necklace, and 9 is a top hat. So it'll be a purple background Bengal cat with football pads, dog tags, and a top hat for 42059. But because it's a 420, he'll also have a blunt in his mouth in addition. And so then I have another number, 95482. That is a zip code. So for zip codes, I want to give them a cool textured background, in addition to these other qualities. But the 9 is for a black background. The 5 for the American short hair cat. The 4 is a birthday suit for shirtless. And 8 is a .eth cleats. And actually, that's probably not right. That needs to be updated, actually, because I think, yeah, anyway. So, guys, I'm going to get this document out to you if you're interested in seeing, so you can kind of like put together what your cats might look like, or if you want to shop for some, cats. But I don't know exactly when we're going to make it full public. I'm not too worried about people trying to front run the numbers. I really don't I don't see that really being an issue at all. But I guess I am hoping that we don't. I don't know if we reveal too much. I think that people might either. I guess what's the risk? I think I was a little bit concerned that somebody might try and kind of snag the idea and do it before us. And then obviously, I guess there's really not too much risk. Part of it is the attributes themselves. We want to have a few one of ones that are really special and like specific to the number and the community involvement. So to that end, you can't really you can't create contextual art that fits in with the whole rest of the collection unless you reveal, a lot of the rest of the collection. So I think we're at this critical juncture now where as soon as we have like a little, like the dev work slightly farther, like just first time, I think the very first time that Luke generates the script for us and produces the first batch of 100K images, at that moment, I think we'll just reveal this out so that everyone can see what we've been working on. Anyway, let's go over to the happy hour. It's 4:56. Sent out B cards to Buy Rico, sent out B cards to Shawked, sent out a B card to 3869. Atmosphere, thank you for hanging out, man. Are you a B card holder?
No, I'm not.
Well, this will be useful for you.
I know. I'm getting there. I got my training wheels on still.
Yeah, I hope it was like informative, and I would be really actually like you and I haven't connected enough, so it would be super cool to do like a space just with us, talk, maybe get some updates on what's been going down with the skulls. Looks like you got the super. Did you go from purple skull to like uber all ultimate all purple super purple?
No, that's always how it was.
Dang, dude. But your hood, you get to choose the color of your hood though, right?
Yeah, I just matched the background.
It's a sick look, man. I really like it. It's goody. Yeah, the hoods are rad.
Most definitely.
Yeah, Max has been doing some good stuff. Do you have any of his cybers too?
Oh yeah, I got like 11 of them.
Nice. Yeah, they were it was free minting them and everything. I was so broke at that moment. I really wish I could have just stacked them but you know what? He's going to hook me up and trade with some other, what do I have? Some subculture punks. We're going to just do a little swap so I can get at least more than the one that I managed to scrounge up. But I do like that. Max. My crypto skull, my hooded skull is the first, to my knowledge, it's the first on-chain hooded crypto skull because I really insisted that he put it on chain for me. I was like, dude, these are sick. You must mint these. Like, what are you doing? He's like, I made 40 of them already. I was like, and none of them are on chain? He's like, yeah, no. And I was like, dude, what's it going to take? Like, let's go. So that was cool.
And then he just expanded it to the cyber skulls. So now he's got the cyber skulls hooded out.
Shut up. There's a shot. That's sick.
Yeah.
He's doing cyber hooded crypto skulls. Hooded cyber crypto skulls. That's sweet.
It actually looks really good too.
Oh man, is there a separate YouTube or Twitter and
Discord? He just created a Discord for it like a week ago.
Shit, man, I haven't been keeping up with him. So I think I actually created that Subsculpture Discord. I think I'm technically like the owner of that Discord still. I might need to hand that off to because I'm not in there at all. But the idea behind like subculture, I own the domain Subculture Punks, and I just got started with this subculture. This whole thing is about subculture to me. Don't you think?
I think. Oh yeah, it's no doubt about it.
Because like you get together with people in a big group, and then people are going to find their small group where they have their commonalities and whatever. And we have these big PFP collections, and in many cases, the trait distributions and the way that people naturally gravitate towards certain attributes within a collection can be a point of commonality. Oh, what's up, you guys? You got the top hat crew. Oh, you guys got the gold chain. Whatever it is. And a lot of times that can be expressive of you. Oh, you guys, that's why I wanted to include a musical instrument. And with the cats, we got the ukulele for the island cat. And I'm like, dude, I want that one. I think I got at least one that might have a ukulele. But I just think that it's cool for people to look at their role within a PFP community as like bring your own authentic personality, or within your ENS subculture community, be who you are, do what you do, find those people around you. And then all the those identities can have persistence across like meta relevance. Like a cowboy can be any PFP can wear a cowboy hat. You know, any PFP can be like made an alien version of it. So like, why not be like, you know, the meta aliens and just alien out every PFP that you're in, or be the meta cowboys and put a cowboy hat on every PFP that you're in. So subcultures can then in turn become like meta cultures. So they can become a place where people can connect within a larger community, but then they can be a place where larger communities can form above those. Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it.
Love it.
Well, let's go drink. I've been thinking too much thinking. Time for drinking. We're not allowed to talk about ENS. I don't drink, by the way. It's just an expression. I'm just joking. But yeah, we're not allowed to talk about ENS in the ENS happy hour space, which is starting right now. Yeah. And so if you guys come in there, just know that please don't transgress the rules, because every time you transgress the rules, then the host has to drink and it gets sloppy fast.
All right, amp up that Jamaican on me.
See you guys over there.
All right, see you there. I've never been there, so it'll be my first time.
Yeah, come on. It's Niftyverse, the official ETH nerd is his handle. So if you're having any trouble finding the space, just search for official ETH nerd and you'll find us. Right on, guys. Well, I'll see you in the happy hour, in the ENS happy hour, I hope. And if not, I'm glad to have swapped some B cards with you guys. And we'll catch you all soon. Steady, I didn't even get a chance to say hi to you, but hi to you. I don't know what's wrong with me sitting over here just not saying hi to you. Hi, Steady. Catch up with you next time, everyone. See ya.